So this is a sketchbook page of mine, and this is a series of drawings made at Brighton Museum. So we've talked about the idea that understanding drawing systems can be really, really useful. So let's sort of pick out an example here. If I'm looking at a chair in the museum, I might need to know the width of the chair. I might need to know the height of the chair. I might want to know what the angle of the legs are doing. Then if I think about that, what I've got here is a piece of information about the side elevation. If I bring that series of dimensions through here, I know the height of the chair, so I know the back of the chair, in this instance, might be rectangular. I know the thickness of the chair, and I might just now need to think, well, those legs come down straight. Now, if I was then going to draw that object, I might now think about my space frame. I can obviously draw my space frame in a kind of fake perspective, or I could do it in an oblique projection. But I now know, well, what's the height of this seat? How does that seat go backwards in space? What does this back do? And what does that leg do? And obviously this leg as well, what does that do? And then what does this one do? And what does this one do? So I'm now able to draw this perspective or pseudo-perspective, realistic drawing of the chair from only that simple piece of information. You can see that most of these drawings are constructed drawings. And the advantage of constructed drawings is you're not dealing, therefore, with the difficult perspective changes of the object. Again, if we look at this example up here, I know that that is going to exist on a floor plan. So here's my base. I understand the dimensions of the box that it comes in, so it's going to be a box about this sort of size. I can now start to see how that plane comes upwards, and then this plane comes down, and on the opposite side it comes down. And then conversely, from this point up here, and going across from here, we get the back. And so the idea of kind of thinking about objects as flat objects, extracting information from them in a really succinct way, is a very efficient way of making drawings in a gallery space or a museum space. Full of information. Obviously you could actually, if you had the time, make notes of dimensions. You could think about detail, so there might be information on here that you might want to add, a sort of small section and think, okay, there is this decorative section on here, so I need to know what that looks like. So your drawings don't have to be, beautiful three-dimensional realistic interpretations, but they can gather a lot of information.